Hi knitters, this is my chunky mosaic hat that I have done with twisted rib at the bottom and then a mosaic pattern based on the Color Dots Afghan that is out on the internet. And then I've been doing it, and I'm doing some decreases, and I want to show you a decrease at the crown that is at the very top of the hat. That is not too elegant, but gets the job done, and you don't have to worry about it being a little uneven because it's going to be at the top of the hat, drawn in with the tail, and a pom-pom's going to be on top. It's not that irregular, but if you're picky, you might not think that it's going to work, but it will work. So what you're going to be doing is pulling the right needle tip out of the knitting like this, and then pulling it way out, and then you're going to work a decrease round where you're knitting 2 stitches together all the way around. There are only 42 stitches on, there's 48 stitches on my needle right now. I'm doing the middle size. There will be, for the smaller size, 42. My size is, the woman's size is 48, and for a very large man size, it's 54. You'll have half the stitches on the needle at the end. And then you can actually knit a row like this. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's a bit of manhandling of your knitting, but if you'll notice, the right needle tip is way out of the knitting, and I'm just going to start by knitting the stitches on the left needle with the working yarn, and I'll knit a few stitches. And as I'm doing this, I want you to see that there is some stress being put on the stitches by this cable. Do you see it splitting the stitches apart here? But again, you don't need to really worry about that. So I'll do this until the right needle tip gets somewhat filled up. Okay, I think I've gotten to the point where I want to go. And then I'm going to pull it out again and repeat the process. So just try to be snug about it. So one more. And you're knitting 2 together, and in this hat pattern, when you knit the 2 together, there are 2 different colors because it's a mosaic pattern, but you're ending up with color A, the dominant main color, being on top, so it looks like this whole row is done with the main color. Okay, I'm going to pull out the right tip again. There's a few stitches left. Now you can do this with double pointed needles if you prefer. To me, double pointed needles are fidgety in a different way, but I'm super lazy, so being able to do this without having to go get another set of needles and all that stuff just appeals to me. Okay, here's the last 2 on that round. We are knitting in the round. So here we go. So here it is. So this is that round. And you don't have to knit another round at this point, but I'm going to do it. It just smooths out the top of the hat a little bit. Again, pulling the right needle tip so the cable is exposed, and then just knitting each stitch now individually. The top of this hat, you could do more decreases if you wanted to, but I like the fact that it's a little gathered at the top. But if you wanted to knit two together all the way around this round, you could do that as well, and that would reduce the bulk and the gathering at the top. But to me, I like a little bit of that. To me, it's a little bit more of a design feature. So this row works a little faster because I'm not knitting two together. I keep saying row, but this round will knit more quickly. I pulled the right needle tip out again. Pull it out so you can use the cord to wrap around your fingers like this. See? Gives you a little more control. I do like hats that are gathered at the top. I think it makes them more attractive. But some people like their hats to be more conforming to the shape of their head. And I've had to pull the left side out this time. However you do it, you do it. It's you know, mind over matter. You are in charge of your own knitting. Just get those stitches done whichever way you can. Okay, so there's the last round. And you can see it's been gathered up quite a bit. And at this point, I would finish off the top of the hat. I'm getting my needle out. I wasn't going to do this, but I guess I will. Getting out my needle, my tapestry needle, or my big yellow needle, my golden needle. And then stringing the yarn with the needle, the golden, through all the stitches. It's one of those hot days of summer here. I've got my fan going on in the background. So I hope this is helpful to you. There's so many ways, little tips and tricks in knitting that can help you get through your projects. Some of them are very elaborate, and some of them are like little fixes like this that just get you through it. Just a little more quickly. Here's my last few stitches. Just running that needle through the stitches on the needle. And the final flourish for me is to go back through the first couple of stitches before I tighten. I'm going to snug it up. And there it is. And I'll finish tightening it. You won't even see the hole at the top when I'm done tightening it. But this particular hat is going to have a pom-pom when it's done. And there it is. So there's the finished hat. I hope you like it. Alrighty, bye.